Hello everyone and welcome to Clarity 16.1.0 Supportability and Feature Training. I am Vib Mehrotra, and in this section we will be talking about some of the product improvements that have been made based on customer request. As part of this release, the following things have been added based on a customer request. These items are some of the small items that were added. Of course, there are many other innovation related capabilities that have been added to the application. In this case, I'm only covering these small items that were included in the application that came directly from customers. The three small items that have been added is the ability to star sub-object instances. Smartlist definition now requires at least one filter, and the resource active field is made available in the assignment module. The reason this is important is because customers have talked to the product management team via various channels that are managed by the Clarity PM team, and they have brought in these specific items that are functionalities that their end users have been asking for a while to increase the adoption of the application and make the usability better. These capabilities that have been added are direct results of those discussions between the PM team and our customers. So the first one that I wanted to cover is the ability to star the instance data beyond just the master object level. So up till now in Clarity, you could star any instance that was at the master object level, for example, at the project level, idea level, custom investment types, and so on. Starting this release, you will be able to star instances below the master object level. The way the star is going to work is very similar to how it has done in the past for the other parts of the application, which means any instance that you star will be unique to the user that is starring that specific instance. Specifically, the following is where star capability is now going to be available. The end user can star in risk, issues, and changes, roadmap items, custom sub-objects, custom sub-sub-object, which is the third level custom object, financials, which is the cost plan and cost plan details, benefit plans and benefit plan detail, budgets and budget plans, staff, assignments, status, to-dos, and the new users module, which is available in the modern UX. The second enhancement that is coming is in regards to the creating of Smartlist. Customers that started using Smartlist recommended that many times they would create a Smartlist without defining any filter, which will then result in giving a large amount of data and unnecessary data that they didn't want to see. So to make the application perform better and improvement from a usability perspective, we have enhanced the way how Smartlist can be created by now enforcing that there is at least one filter condition defined before a Smartlist can be created. The third change that's coming in is in regards to the resource active fields. Customers had asked that if there is a resource in the system that was assigned to specific tasks within an investment and that resource became inactive, there was no easy way for them to find out in the modern UX which specific assignments was that resource assigned to in their respective investments. As a result of that, we are now introducing a new attribute called resource active in the assignment module of investments. This attribute can be included in the grid layout, as well as this attribute can be used for filtering which specific assignments does a resource have that has been inactivated. There is no impact to any existing functionality. This new attribute is just to display to the end user resources that are whether active or inactive. With that, let's see these changes in action. So here I am in Clarity 16.1.0, and to see the first product improvement, I'm going to go into my project grid layout, and from here I am going to go into my project AI infrastructure, and from there I'm going to see my financials, where you can see that in my financials I have a column called start. So this is the new column that is available to my second level item within my master object, which is in this case project is the master level, and then the second level is the finance. I can star specific plans, in this case the specific cost plans. I can even go inside my specific cost plan, and if I have financial details, I can star those too by just including that in my column list right here. So I can just drag and drop, and now I have the option to star any of my financial plan details. Next, I'm going to go into my assignments, and the same thing. I have the column called starred, which is available, and I can star specific assignments that I might want to monitor for myself, and I can then filter for those starred assignments. Next, let's go into a custom object. In this case, I'm going to have capacity, and the same thing, I have star capability for my custom sub-object where I can star those specific instances. Let's go look at my custom object, which I have funding sources, and in my funding sources the master level is that I could have always starred. In this case I have Aetna as my master level. Within this I have a sub-object that defines the funding that is coming for this specific funding source, and I can see that for that sub-object I can star its instances. The layout, for those that are have not looked at the other training module, you will notice that I am able to see my flyout basically in a vertical view, or I can see it in the original view. So I have that capability to switch between vertical and horizontal. But to continue on in regards to my star capabilities, so Aetna in this case is the first level, funding is the second level that I can star, and then if I expand this, I have a third level for my funding which defines the actual transaction, and I can star those also. So this is the third level that I can star. All right, let's go out of this. Next, let's go into hierarchies and just quickly review that within my hierarchy, if I go into my status module, I have a column called star, which I can then star the specific ones. The same goes on with my financials, that I can go into my finance and I can then star specific financial entries. Alright, and then the last one I wanted to show in regards to this is the roadmaps. I can go inside my roadmap and I can look at the roadmap items, and I have the star capability for my roadmap items, so I can star any one of these roadmap items. Alright, the next I wanted to show was within my Smartlist, if I'm going to create a new Smartlist, I have to specify at least one filter. So to create the Smartlist, I'm in my workspace, going to click on the new Smartlist. I will give it a name, which is be just blocked to-dos, because I want to see all the to-dos that are blocked. Notice just by giving the name and tabbing out, the create button is not available for me to click, and that is because I need to specify at least one filter. So let's go ahead and populate this filter condition where I want all to-dos that are blocked. The condition is specified, the create button is enabled. I can now go ahead and create this smart list for me, and then the data will be loaded accordingly so I can see all the to-dos that are blocked. All right, next let's go look at the resources module itself. So I have in my project, which is the AI infrastructure, I have a resource that is Sam Stoneberg, who's my QA. He's dedicated 100%, and Sam is assigned to multiple tasks to work on. So let's go ahead and filter for Sam. I can see that Sam is assigned to 4 different tasks, and in my assignments I now have this column called resource active, and it is checked. That means Sam is an active resource. If I were to go ahead and deactivate Sam, which I can do so from right here, so Sam, I'm going to go ahead and deactivate Sam. So now Sam is no longer active in the system for various different reasons. If I go back to my investment and I go back to the same project, I can now see that Sam is no longer active. So, and I could do the same by checking rather than by Sam's name. If I just wanted to see if there are any tasks assigned to a resource that is deactivated, I can easily do that by looking at the filter for the resource active flag. And it should show me exactly the same, that Sam is the one who's not active, assigned to these 4 tasks. At this point, if I wanted to, I can easily change the resource from Sam to somebody else. And the replacement is successful, and that resource is active in the system. And this concludes our section. Thank you.